Black women, we deserve better and real change in the medical healthcare industry. Get in here. Hey, everybody. I am so glad you're here. Today, we are continuing an important conversation about something too many of us know firsthand, and that's being unheard and overlooked in the healthcare system. Now, why does this topic matter? Well, first of all, March is still Endometriosis Awareness Month, and you know I suffer from endometriosis. But this isn't just about endo, it's about how Black women's pain, especially chronic pain, is ignored, dismissed, and mismanaged in healthcare. Now, I told you guys that I recently sat on a panel discussing chronic pelvic pain. And we didn't just talk about the physical pain, we talked about the emotional and mental toll of being unheard, misdiagnosed, and neglected by a system that wasn't built with us in mind. Now, we got to talk about the dark history behind Black women's pain perception. And let's get to the root of this narrative. I just want to tell you here's the cold truth. The belief that Black women can handle more pain comes from a dark and painful history. When surgery was first being practiced, it was Black women who were experimented on without anesthesia. Now, here's a bit of historical context. Dr. J. Marion Sims, often called the father of modern gynecology, experimented on enslaved Black women without anesthesia. When white women came into the picture, they were given anesthesia. But for us, we were left to endure unimaginable pain. So when they always say Black women can endure more pain, this is actually where it comes from. And so how does this impact us today? This false narrative that we're stronger, that we don't feel pain the same, still lingers in how we're treated today. It's why our pain is dismissed. It's why our diagnoses are delayed, and why we're left to suffer in silence. Remember, my diagnosis took 30 years, and I'm only 40 years old. Now, I wanted to get straight to it. Like, here are some areas for improving patient care in pelvic pain. And so I worded this nicely because what I really want to say here is how doctors can do better, better to serve us. And number one, I think that there just needs to be checks and balances in pain treatment. We need accountability for how pain is managed, especially for Black women. And studies show that we're either given higher doses of pain meds or worse, not given anything at all. Research from the Journal of Pain highlights that racial biases leads to both underestimating Black women's pain and overprescribing medications. Can you believe that? Right? They think we're not in pain, but then they're very quick to prescribe to us the heavier medication instead of the lighter treatment options first. This is not just a flaw in the system, it's neglect, and that neglect has consequences. The second thing that we can do is that doctors can just show up better for us is standardized protocol for treatment. There needs to be a basic treatment protocol that gives all patients the same options, starting with the less invasive measures before jumping to extreme solutions like hysterectomies. Now, if you suffer from fibroids, they're like, oh, well, you can get a hysterectomy, right? I know that when I suffered from fibroids, they were talking about hysterectomy. Even with my endometriosis, I know that we haven't found the right treatment for me, but then they're talking about doing Lupron. If you don't know what Lupron is, Lupron, go look it up. Like, it's wild. They also talked about taking my uterus out. So it's like, why are we starting here? Or they'll mask it by giving you birth control pills, or they'll give you naproxen or ibuprofen or acetaminophen, whatever, like however you pronounce that. But like everything but to really get to the root of what's happening with us. And so this just really needs to stop. Every woman deserves the opportunity to explore her options and make informed decisions about her body. Period. The next thing is doctor accountability and continuing education. Doctors need to be held accountable for their treatment practices. They can't operate on outdated knowledge while we suffer. And that the call for change is that continuing education should be required to ensure that providers stay updated on best practices and actually listen to the woman they're treating. Oftentimes they don't hear us, right? They just want to put us in a box the minute we get into their office. But it's not just them. I mean, this is a life thing. People are so quick to be judgmental about someone as opposed to being more curious and trying to find out more. And so we need continuing education because there is not enough research on chronic pelvic pain. There's not enough research on reproductive health abnormalities. It's just not enough. Y'all, it makes me so frustrated. I get tired. The next one, holistic pain journaling for patients. Now, this is one that's very dear to my heart. So now that I have my specialist and we are monitoring how my treatment options are working for me, it's really important that I am giving her a pain journal so that she can see what is going on. For example, when I first saw her and she had her doctor assistant with her, at the end of my appointment, the assistant said, I knew you had endometriosis. I feel like you have endometriosis. I said, why? She said, because when we walked in the door, you were in fetal pain. So imagine if I was also writing in my pain diary, like I am crawled up in the bed. Right now, I don't even have to say fetal position, but just like I'm crawled up. That would be an indication that like your pain is associated with endometriosis. And so this helps your doctor. And so journaling your pain can be a game changer. And it helps you advocate for yourself and give your doctors clearer insights. If we want them to work better for us, then we need to arm them with the information necessary so they can best take care of us. Again, a lot of research hasn't been done on this, or not really. I mean, the research has been awesome. I'm a researcher, so I'm not going to down it. But we just need to do more so that we are not offering people things like hysterectomies, uterus removals, Lupron, and things like that, when we really don't have an idea of their pain journey. And so this matters because when you have that data in front of you, it's harder for anyone to dismiss what you're experiencing. And so for me, here's some action steps for you guys to take control of your health. And the first one being track your pain consistently. Document your symptoms, your pain levels, how it's affecting your life. Really, consistency is key. And I know that we have like certain apps that help us out to do that. But I think that it's useful for you to just kind of write it in a journal yourself or create an Excel file, because maybe the app may not have everything that you are going through. Like I use the Flow app. It's not going to account for me saying that like I'm in fetal position. It's not asking me how much medicine I took today. Yes, it does ask me about my feelings, but like if I want to accurately describe them, so maybe they don't have like, oh, I'm feeling hopeless, I'm feeling worthless today, it might have brain fog, but then what is the impact of brain fog? And so you just want to be able to write it yourself so that your doctors can really see specifically what is happening to you and how they can best serve you. The more detailed, the better. Number 2, be proactive in your healthcare. Ask questions, get a second opinion. Don't settle for vague answers or rush diagnoses. Again, I'm going to give you a plug for my ebook. It's called Pain Unheard, Strength Unmatched. I haven't finished the rest of the title because I'm thinking about changing it, but just know it's Pain Unheard, Strength Unmatched. And so this is going to show you how to take the proper steps to addressing your chronic pain and seeing if you have reproductive health abnormalities. And so I start off with, your journaling your pain and, seeing your primary care doctor and the tests that you need to take and the questions you need to ask, like all the things. So if you want to know that so that you can be empowered when you go to the doctor, make sure you pre-order, or depending on when you're listening to this, order the ebook. It will transform your medical experience. Remember, it's your body, your choice. Don't let anyone pressure you into making decisions before you are ready. And when you don't know, Sometimes you will feel the pressure because you will say, oh, well, there are other doctors there. No. Let me tell you something. One thing these doctors ain't going to tell you is that they don't know. They don't be knowing, y'all. They don't be knowing. Get this ebook. Lastly, set boundaries and protect your energy. Your health is a journey. Your health journey is just as much about emotional wellness as it is about physical healing. And so if something or someone is draining your energy, it's okay to say no. You need to protect your peace. Honor yourself. Your healing comes first. And again, this ties into the self-abandonment work, emotional well-being work. You matter. And so I want you to stop thinking about everyone else. Think about you first. So I want to just talk about what do we do to create systemic change. And we need to really acknowledge the bigger picture. And the bigger picture is that these disparities in healthcare aren't just isolated incidents. They are part of a larger system that's been neglecting us for generations. And so we need to advocate not just for ourselves, but for every Black woman navigating the healthcare system. Change doesn't happen overnight, but it starts with us. Again, you want to support organizations pushing for equity in healthcare, demand policy changes that prioritize Black women's health, and hold medical institutions accountable. I'm doing this work because I am committed to making it happen. Through my coaching, my community, and my advocacy, I'm here to walk alongside you. Now, again, I told you guys know that I have my one-on-one coaching that you can sign up for, private monthly get-togethers where we get to talk in a safe space, share what's going on, our challenges, so what's going on with us in life, in our personal and professional life. And then you can get the support you need from other women experiencing similar challenges, get resources from each other. This is not a coaching call. Right now, it is complimentary, so you want to get in the room. And then also just know that you always can stay connected with me via social media. Again, IG, TikTok, Threads, YouTube, LinkedIn, wherever the next app pops up, that's where I'll be. Again, you can get at me with personal coaching, join the private monthly get-togethers. But I just really want you to know that your pain is real, your voice matters, and you deserve better. Next week, I'm going to round out this conversation holistically as we end Endometriosis Month. And I expect you to be there. I'll see you in the next episode.